Hi, welcome. In today's video, I want to share my thoughts on Everglow's recent comeback, which, I don't think any of us were expecting them to go that hard. But before we get started, make sure you subscribe to this channel, click the bell to be notified. You can even do little things to help sustain this channel by commenting on my videos, liking my videos, sharing them if you feel so inclined to. And yeah. Also, I'll be doing a lot of comparisons in this video with both second generation groups and third generation groups. So if that is something that offends you, you might not want to watch this video. I was pretty impressed with Bonbon Chocolat. Bonbon Chocolat! I didn't know they were saying Bonbon Chocolat. I was like, oh, it's interesting the song's called that, but they don't say that in the song. And then it hit me one day. Who speaks French? Not me. Their comeback was something so refreshing and something I've been waiting for since 2012, but we'll get back to that later. The first thing I thought about when I saw the music video was Girls' Generation, not to be that person who points out useless shit, but hi, my name's Angelina, welcome to my channel. But I'm not mad about the similarity to Genie outfits. I'm actually really happy because I think they did them justice. I think it's so great to have such an iconic look. In my opinion, K-pop fashion tends to stay on the safe side, and it's about time we bring back some iconic extra aspects from back in the day. Recently, Red Velvet's Zimzalabim outfits were honestly a breath of fresh air. I also think Everglow do a great job at mixing modern aspects with aspects that seem more quote-unquote traditionally K-pop. And honestly, just based off the outfits in the music video, I'm so incredibly excited to see what kind of stage outfits they will have. You'll definitely see a video of me roasting their stage outfits once they're done promoting. There's something about this song that reminds me of a group from second gen, a group called EVOL, Evil. They have this more hardcore style that was very different. If you get it, you get it. But back then, I don't think K-pop was quite ready for that. Ultimately, we let them down. Sometimes when girl groups try out these darker concepts, it can backfire. So I'm really excited to see that people are excited about this comeback. People are really happy with the whole style, with everything. I'm so happy that people like this style. The only second gen aspect of this comeback that I wish would have stayed in the second generation is performing in high heels. I mean, admittedly, they look stunning. However, I can only imagine how painful it is. I understand why they're doing this though. So not every member is wearing high heels. Some members are wearing little kitten heels. And that's because, in my opinion, from what I'm seeing, they want to create a unified group. This was also something very common in second gen K-pop, where each member pretty much wore the same outfit or a variation of the same outfit. This is something that isn't the most common these days. So as we can see with these sailor outfits, they're a unified group. And I think to contribute more to that uniformity, they have some member wearing higher heels than others so that the heights are more balanced out. There are plenty of groups that might have like one really, really tall member, and in some aspects, that member can stick out sometimes. Now, obviously, having a difference in height is nothing bad. It's nothing inherently wrong. This is not something you can really control. But it's just something that I've noticed some groups trying to balance out a little bit by having some members wear heels and having some members not wear heels. I remember seeing this photo of Girls' Generation where some members were even standing on different heights of planks of wood. It's not a new thing that companies want to create an illusion of members having similar heights, as it contributes to an aesthetically pleasing look. So I kind of get where they're going with this. I kind of get the look they're trying to go for, this uniformed look. However, I do wish the heels would have stayed in second generation. And it's not to say that heels don't exist currently in K-pop, but they definitely were much more common back then. Sistar wore heels in all of their dance practice videos. Their feet must be so messed up. And it's so sad to have, a part of your body literally being tortured for art, for performance. I know it's nitpicky, but you clicked on this video, not me. As for the actual song, the first part of this song that really stood out to me was Aisha's rap. The intonation at the end of each word that she says is lovely. I don't even know if what I said just makes sense, but I feel like if you understand, you feel it in your heart. And if you feel it in your heart, leave it down in the comments below. The lyrics as well are super empowering. Like, I should have been the main character in the first place. Hell yeah! And probably the best part of the song was the whisper part before the beat drop. The dichotomy! If I could play it in this video without going to copyright hell, I would do it for you, but you know. Let's move on to the choreography. I think the choreography is very well balanced. There are definitely aspects of the choreography that are quite soft, but nevertheless very impactful. But then it definitely hits hard when it needs to. It's actually quite strategic. If you hit hard in your choreography the entire time, you will likely be unable to perform adequately. And I think my favorite aspect of the choreography are these badass elements. My favorite dance moves in particular are the crocodile moves, super iconic, and there's this part where each member kind of alternates going up and down, and I think it just screams, I need to focus on my career right now and you're a distraction. It just is overall so amazing. Let's move on to the controversy. I've seen a lot of people compare this to Blackpink's Kill This Love. First of all, I see there are some elements that are similar. You know, the kind of anthem type song where all the members are singing in unison. But the thing is, Blackpink didn't invent these. 21. I'm totally kidding. 21 didn't even invent that. I think After School were truly the pioneers in this style. You know, the singing in unison, the band uniforms, the marching, the trumpets, the drums. TR, watch me now. Can you follow me? Yes, So if you're gonna do comparisons, at least go to the source. No, but for real, I don't think there's anything terrible with comparisons as long as you're respectful about it. It also depends what you're comparing. There's never going to be anything in this world that is original. So I just want to touch a little bit on their other song that they released as well called You Don't Know Me. I don't know how I feel about it. How to explain this? The song is not bad. The dance is not bad. The outfits are really cute. There's nothing inherently bad about the song. But I feel that when you set people up with such a hardcore song and then you switch to such a different style, first of all, that is such a second gen thing to do. But also I understand why third generation K-pop is so similar all the time, why things rarely change in third generation K-pop, and that's because the newer generation of people don't like change. They need something concrete to like sink their fangs into, if that makes sense. So when a group does a similar song over and over again, that creates their brand image, that creates who they are, and it's easier to identify. But back in the day, groups, let's say like Girls' Generation, would do Oh, which was super, super cute, and then Run Devil Run, which was super sexy and dark. Groups would do this all the time, and it was okay back then, but you see a lot of K-pop now stays very, very similar, and I understand that. Because now when I'm faced with their cuter song, I'm just like, oh, but who are you? It makes me question, who are you? Because, you know, you showed me this side of you, and now this side is so drastically different that I'm a bit confused. And I understand how this could be the case for a lot of people as well. And that's why I think a lot of new K-pop is very, very, very similar. This happened to BAP as well. My personal experience is that they had this hardcore image, and then when they switched to like a cuter image, I didn't know what to do with myself. It was just a bit confusing. So maybe at the end of the day, we're all just really dumb and we need things to be the same to comprehend anything. I don't know. That's just a thought. Just maybe. It's my own personal vendetta against change. Everglow was never really on my radar. I thought Bon Bon Chocolat was a great song, but they weren't necessarily on my radar. But with this comeback, I'm hooked, man. I'm hooked. I'm in love. I'm absolutely in love. I think this is so refreshing. I think this is so cool. And I have to say, personally, this is my favorite comeback of the entire year. So yeah, that is all I have to say. Leave down in the comments below what you thought of their comeback and what you thought of their second song as well, You Don't Know Me. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, click the bell to be notified, like this video, comment on this video, share it if you'd like to, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!